what could you do for $500,000? What could you make me for $500? What would you be able to do for me? I'm back. I had to come back. I'm going to talk about the same thing I did before, but as soon as I got off, I thought of a real bomb analogy to describe and help to get a better understanding of what I was talking about in my last video. So you can still watch the last video, but I'm gonna go over the same thing in this one. But please, if you're watching this right now, take a quick second, go ahead and share it, like, comment, all the good stuff. Help me out in the algorithm. I appreciate you. But look, so my question for you today is, what could you do for $500,000? I want you to think about it. What is your answer to that question? I only ask this because out of almost nowhere, I was asked that by a client who already, did a pretty substantial contract with me, a nice amount, nowhere near 500K, but, a pretty decent amount. And they asked the question, what could you do for $500,000? And imagine being a chef, right? And somebody orders something off the menu, or they see your menu, and let's say the highest thing on it is, maybe $50, right? And you ask the chef, what could you make me for $500? I can guarantee, if you ask my boy Travis, who's a chef, if you ask Tobias, who's a chef, if you ask Chef Ramsay, all of these, famous chefs out there, what they would do if one person asked them, for something that was 10 times the amount of anything they had on that menu, I can almost guarantee that they would not go into the kitchen and bring out 10 of anything that they had, 10 of the most expensive things, because that's not what people are expecting when they do that. They want an upgrade. They want a big idea. They still want to be fulfilled, but they want to be fulfilled better. So let's say you were a place and the best thing they had on the menu was a $50 hamburger, right? I'm like, okay, interesting. Who would do that? Or let's say it's a $5 hamburger, right? But you go to the chef, this chef is good. You've been there, he's done some great things. This chef, and you say, chef, I have $500 right here, or I have $50 right here, more than what he ever even brought to you. And what can you do for that? Again, he's not going to bring out 10 $5 hamburgers for you to pay $50. He's going to go in the back and you get a nice 10-ounce steak, a 10-ounce cut of filet mignon, and he's going to prepare it the way that you want it, So he's going to give you a better experience, not just more of the same. And the reason that I say that is because when they asked me this, my response was something that blew their mind. It wasn't me saying I'll do the same thing at a larger scale. I'll do the same thing for more people or even more time. I said, I'm going to do something completely different that actually fulfills what's at the core of what you want. And that's what you want to do. Whenever you walk into a place, you want to make sure that you start to observe immediately with your client, what is their dream? What keeps them up at night? You don't have to, where you get to the point where you don't even have to ask that. So when they ask you for this exorbitant amount, they say, we have this amount of money. What can you do for it? You already know you're going to give them an elevated experience. You're going to give them an elevated result. You're not going to just 10x what you're doing, because you're not doing yourself or them any favors. What you're doing is you want to cause a transformation. People pay for transformation and transformative actions. All right. Again, people pay for transformative actions. And that's what you want to do in this. And so basically what you want to do is already have in your mind, what is it that you can bring to the table that makes them happy to have you there? Not just happy to have you there, but almost they're loyal to you. You become that trusted advisor. So when I gave them this wonderful hamburger, it's like, oh, this is a great hamburger. But what could you do for 10 times that amount? I went and got the filet mignon. And I was like, this is what's going to really have you satisfied. This is what's going to make you feel good about it. And the way that their eyes widened when I said it, Guess what I'm starting to do? I'm writing a proposal. They don't have to offer it to me. I'm going to bring them in paper, in writing, so that they can see exactly if they were to write this check. I'm not saying they will, saying they won't. Hey, if you with me, hey, pray that I get that joint because it'll boost me. But what I'm doing is I'm going to help to fulfill their dream before they even ask me. I'm going to show them that they matter that much to me. I don't want them to have to come to me and say it, or then we're like, well, okay, well, he's going to do the same thing over and over again. Let's find that, because when they want their big thing done, they're going to go to somebody else. No, I want them to know that I care that much about their organization. I can tell you this: every client that I have, and even if I have not told them, I know a lot of my clients watch my videos. Even if I have not told you, I already have a program ready for you that's worth 10 times the amount that you've already paid me already, for each and every one of you. Some of you I've presented it to, some of you all have not, but every last one of you that I've ever worked with, I have a 10x for your for your business. And that's what you want to do. Be prepared, because number one, it shows that you're actually in it to help. You're not just thinking about what they're paying for, you're thinking about what they need. You're being forward thinking. Again, trusted advisors is the way to go these days. Not just a contractor, not just a consultant, not just some, a hired hand, or a mercenary just out for money, but your goal is to help to bring a transformation, to bring a massive improvement to every door that you walk through. And if your mind and your heart is there, people will begin to help you. My boy Josh put me onto a book called Never Eat Alone, and I've been really consuming that over the past couple of days. And the author in there talks about, when your heart is to help and your heart is to serve, everything else is going to work out. And that's where I am, and that's where I'm going to continue to be, is really in the position of wanting to serve my clients. Yes, of course, I want them to pay, I want things to go, all that type of stuff. But that's not what I'm primarily focused on, for lack of a better term. Yes, it is very important to me, but I'm not going to, how much you gonna pay me? No, let me go in and help. And the scripture says that labor is worthy of his hire. So I know at some point I'm going to get what I want and get what I need, but I'm not just out for blood, if that makes any sense. I'm not trying to squeeze blood from a turnip. I want this to be an even exchange where they know I'm bringing them value and they're paying me for that value. So ask this question. Think about every client that you have, everybody that you've ever worked with. What could you do for them for $500,000? No, I'm not saying go make $500,000 worth of t-shirts. I'm not saying go cook 500 hamburgers. Think about a transformation, because when somebody wants to write a big check, they're not just asking for a bunch of anything. They're asking you for a transformation. They're asking you for something that is going to give them long-term effects. They're asking you to be a change agent in um, their business, in their situation. So whether you're a life coach, whether you're a physical trainer, whether you're a chef, I don't care what business you're in, have a transformative mind, not just a mercenary mind, not just a contractor mind, not just you're going to pay me for time or pay me for a product, but you want people to be able to look at you as somebody who is going to be able to make a change for what they do. So that's about it. Again, if you watched the last video, most of the stuff that I said in this one is already in that one, but I wanted you to think about that analogy. Again, think about if a chef gave you a really good burger, and you said, I'll pay you 10 times this amount. What can you do for me? He's not going to come back with 10 burgers. He's going to come back with a steak. He's going to come back with one of them gold foil sliced filet mignons. I know it's filet mignon, forgive me, but the sliced filet mignon, and you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. So that's all I really had to say. Again, tell me your thoughts below. Tell me, hey, if any of you out there, what could you do for me for if I was writing you a check for $500,000, what would I get? This is primarily to my entrepreneurs out there. What would you be able to do for me? You know my business model. You see what I'm doing. What would it be for 500K? Think that mindset. Don't think nobody going, I ain't ready for. Nah, this is how you get ready. Think just higher. Just think higher, that you're out here trying to help everybody that you come in contact with. And there's going to be somebody you come in contact with that wants what you have, that once was deep down inside of you, that dream that you want to bring to everybody else. Somebody is willing to pay you for that. Be ready. Be thinking about it, and don't be ashamed. Hey, I appreciate all the love and all that good stuff. I'll holler at y'all later. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, metaphysical uh speculations, shout out to my man Devon. You up here, you up here with me, bro, at 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, we gonna make this happen. It's our time, people. Let's do it. I'll see y'all later. Peace.